Hey guys, this is Ranchin here, bringing you on another Okay, let me restart that. Hey guys, this is Ranchin here, bringing you on another StarCraft commentary. This is going to be the final match in the round of 32 of Group G. It's going to be, of course, between Pure and Free. Pure and Free. Such very interesting comments put together. They're not going to give me sinkage time this time. They bastards. This is going to be an odd eye too. And finally going to bring you guys this set. I actually cast set 1 and 2 yesterday. And then I cast the winners to this one today. Probably not going to do any more today because I was busy. I have a life. I'm busy and it's late and blah. But the reason I did not release the first two sets because just the idea of having to edit and stuff just left me going. And, you know, when I'm going like that in regards to StarCraft commentary, that's just not good. So, let's see. Bottom right position, I'm going to have Pure as the red Protoss. Upper left-hand position as the brown Protoss is Free. And I'm going to sink 37, 38, 39, and 40 for good measure. Ha! Let's see. In a PvP, I feel one of the most important factors is really experience. I feel it is experience. Not just your skill, but your experience. I mean, there are some players that have just had the pure skill to be able to do that. Like Best way back when was an absolutely stellar PvPer, just absolutely insane. Had an 80% win rate, which at the time for a mineral matchup was absolutely unprecedented. I mean, Sir Jaedong got up there as well with his Zerg versus Zerg, which was even crazier because of the unpredictability of Zerg versus Zerg. But Jaedong many times just somehow managed to completely make that a non-factor. So Best just played a very, very solid PvP. Unfortunately, his skill in that matchup has significantly lessened in the last year. And he himself, as a player, has unfortunately significantly lessened in skill, probably due to his lackluster performance in Star Leagues. Getting to the finals, but then losing to July Zerg, who, you know, nobody expected to happen. Nobody was like, July Zerg, he's old guy, gonna lose to this new boy. But then he got 3-0'd by Micro, so, you know, he wasn't allowed to play his good old macro game. But anyway, I'm talking about players not important here. So Pure, not enough games under his belt. I feel Free going to have an advantage because he's just played a lot more PvP. And overall, I think Free's micromanagement is better than Pure's. Pure has shown some very nice... has very nice mechanics overall. So he has the macro, he has the micro, has everything. But I think Free, alongside his experience and his veterancy... and also his capability when he's playing at the level he's playing right now to bring games in the clutch. I really think he's going to be in a good position here. Free might be like the best clutch player out there, not the guy not always the guy you bring out there for the close. You know, not the Mariano Rivera of the StarCraft world, but still a very solid player that can win in pressure situations, much like his teammate Zero. Well, not maybe quite as much so, but that's going to be debatable. So we'll get into 7-edge core builds for both these players. This is going to go for a good old standard. We're going to see whether it deviates from that, whether they actually decide to go for a second gateway or try to take up 2 Reavers as fast as possible. And, of course, without the Dragoons out there, Probe Scouts is going to run around and do as much damage as they do. And interestingly enough, I don't see in PvPs, maybe it's just me because I haven't watched enough PvPs lately, but I feel like I don't see as many Manor Pylons lately as I used to. I mean, you still got guys who do that, like Jangby. He loves his Manor Pyloning. He just, oh, look, I could get a Manor Pylon in there. Bloop, Manor Pylon. You know, he loves his little Manor Pylons. Pure almost getting a probe caught there by Zealots. Desperately managed to maneuver out of the way. Both guys still seem to be on one gateway so far, so I think both guys are just going to try to go for robotics facilities now and just continue getting their economy up. Initial Dragoon out there. Pure Freeze is going to try to keep that scout alive in there as long as possible. On the opposite side, might actually expect almost managed to escape with his own probe. Not going to happen. So both scouting probes die. And Pure's actually going to go out a little bit of aggressiveness now, putting down his robotics facility as he moves out with his... Oh, nice. As he moves out with his Goon and 2 Zealots. On the opposite side, we see 2 more gateways being out. So it's going to be 3 gate. From Free, he's going to try to counter this with Heavy Goon. Didn't spot the robotics, so he doesn't really know exactly what's going to happen, but probably just from the way that it was no second gateway there for a while, knows that it's going to be Quick Reaver coming in from Pure, so he's going to try to counter this by getting a very heavy Dragoon count early on. try to basically destroy that shuttle before it becomes a factor and just have a way too large a Dragoon force for it to become a factor. We're going to see whether he's going to be able to overwhelm this. Pure, of course, his micromanagement of that shuttle and Reaver is going to be absolutely critical, whether he manages to keep that shuttle alive, because the minute that shuttle gets sniped, whether Reaver's on the ground or in the air, Reaver's going to be extremely vulnerable. And especially if Pure tries to go on the offensive. If Pure fights defensively, and he might still manage this. He's actually going to go for, oh god, going to go Observatory first before the Robotic Support Bay. Since he lost his probe, he's going to want to go inside and make sure what he hopes is happening, what he thinks is happening, which is probably not what is happening, and I actually confused myself a little bit there. But going to be two games, and I think he's just going to produce initial. Might actually get one shuttle out there before the Observer comes out, or not. Don't think so. Anyway, just going to continue producing Dragoons so far and mill around. I think it was actually following a probe out there to the upper right hand corner. But Free already has 6 goons out there alongside 2 Zealots. He might actually be thinking of going for aggressive action already. Try to go out there and push and do some damage. Pure going to have some of the Dragoons on his own. Meanwhile, also going to plant down a Nexus, so he's going to go for an for very anti-protoss, anti-Terran-like strategy. Actually, kind of feels like an observatory into expansion. He's going to be forced to defend this without a Reaver. If he gets a Reaver before Shuttle, he might fight this back because he's going to have a Reaver on top of a ramp fighting that word. But meanwhile, there's an Observer out there for Pure who's going to be able to spot some of the forces. Free, of course, did a good job of splitting some of his Dragoons. If he has those 4 Dragoons, a couple of Zealots, has 2 more Dragoons hiding in a little bit to the left side. They're probably going to be able to move in when he wants them to. He's actually, meanwhile, not moving in, not doing any sort of damage. We're going to see whether Pure still does have robotic support bay up. We're going to see whether it's going to be Shuttle or Reaver first. If the Reaver is going to have an easier time defending this, if it's a Shuttle, it's going to have a slightly harder time. Not going to have anything in the micro. But now, oh, Free just by moving down here forces a cancel on Nexus. That's resources and time that Pure is not going to have back. The very least is going to have the height advantage, just running down the Zealots, already getting 2 of them sniped. But the very least is going to have the height advantage. Free does have more units out there, and has a Zealot as well that was able to absorb some of the shots. But he's going to be forced to boom back a little bit. Has have 1 single Dragoon reinforcement coming down. I think might be a couple more streaming down for him as well. Yeah, more Dragoons streaming down. But Pure right now going to have to get a Reaver down there. With 1 Reaver on top of the ramp, that's going to help him defend this significantly better. Free's still not going to go for the full aggressive action. Actually going to expand. So this, I think, is a smart idea from him. Saw that Pure was going to go for expansion. Knows that Pure has wasted some minerals. Meanwhile, going to split his Dragoons up a little bit so he doesn't take too much from that Reaver, from those Reaver Scarabs. Let's see. Reaver's going to go out there. Dragoons have to move back further. Pure has to be very careful with this because Dragoons, as that Reaver's going out that ramp, down that ramp, the only thing that Free had needed to do if he knew that, if he'd spotted that in time, would have been able to move in forward with all of his Dragoons, 1 shot, goodbye. He would have taken a Scarab, but he would have picked off that Reaver. So it's pretty much factor in your losses, which you want to do. But Free's going to be able to expand. He's going to be able to get his economy